All right, here we go again. If I sound loud, they've obviously turned up the volume. Because I can see it here. Now I have a slider on the actual app that supposedly limits the volume, but I haven't had a success with that. Like I'm not looking at it in the yellow peaking or anything, but there's no way for me to reduce the volume beyond where they've put it, and it usually isn't that loud. But what they use that for is for fictitious investigation. Oh, he's yelling into the mic. And I go, oh, see, he's worked up. First off, I'd like my data back. If you think you're going to put, lord over me and power over me by saying it's our data, it's in the contract, X and Elon Musk break contracts every day. So that doesn't work. Oh, we're going to destroy everything. Just give me time. And again, if somebody sends you in there to break into my apartment or my house, I'll metaphysically break your neck. We're at that point now. The person that does it and anybody affiliated with it, even if you think it's right, it'll touch you. So I've been watching a bunch of stuff and haven't been saying much. They'll say I set them up. They, they got froggy. They thought that they had something going on that they didn't. So again, I'm confused. In Facebook, when there's a violation, they explain the violation. There's no way to remediate a violation that's not explained. I thought maybe I missed some emails. I looked at my emails. There's not even an email with a violation, which supports me saying I thought I was hacked. I even sent a message saying, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm being hacked. About a month or two ago. But I'm sure somebody was paying them for the information. So they have an algorithm that steers people into sexuality and different types of sexuality. There should be a class action lawsuit. I back it. You'll be blessed if you launch class action lawsuits against X. If you destroy it, you'll be super blessed. Destroy it, get rid of Elon, put somebody else in, change its name, open it back up for everybody. Doesn't that spell the end when they start closing accounts for malicious purpose? And that when they usually have the most issue. Like I tell you, Trump's not going to save you. Not from what God brings. He's an I'm not going to say anti-Semite because it's kind of a weird used term. He's anti-Jewish. He needs to go. Just figures I'm one less Jew on his site. Change the name, get rid of X, erase it. We'll call it T. They erased all my work. They love it. Erase the proof that it was my idea and my work all those years that got the United States anywhere. You paid me? Who? The 50 different entities that said they just gave me my disability that they owe me since probably 2005? But definitely since 2012? With no back pay? What do you think this is, all of you? The Marshal Service? Here, we paid you something. We get to cuck you. Here, wear some boobs. Go on a website. You know what? Another reason they blocked me? Because I was killing their little psyop against Noam and her husband. Ridicule them. Make it stupid. Ridicule the people that bring it up. It was a spy activity. It's like a dirty PI. Why take out Elon? Okay, if somebody's running a dirty bar and they become a nuisance, we destroy that bar. We take it out. They pull licenses, destroy them, right? Somebody else takes it over the business. Same thing. Elon's running a dirty bar. Take him out. It's a nuisance. Elon is running a nuisance business. Take it out. Churches fled years ago. It's being run by a bunch of foreigners. Elon's just a schmuck. Drug addicted schmuck. So my protection's gone from him. If you want to beat him up, go beat him up. I don't care. I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to protect him anymore. Took the gift horse in the mouth again, didn't he? Maybe somebody should punch him in the mouth. Not me, of course. Plenty other people more angry than I am. And they deserve to go to jail, so they'll do it. System will have them move to Elon and get him. I'm not going to protect him. It's true. It's deep state. Elon's deep state. Had sex with little girls and shit. That's why he's all bent about everything. He reveals himself every fucking day. Right? The anti-pedo people are most of them that are at that level of insanity. And I brought it up before, are pedos. That's what the deep state's holding over. Well, they need the right-wing people. I remember him being an extreme left-wing person. Mr. Green. Right? So I like my data. I'll just tell you that. Go ahead. If you want to lord over it and say, aha, we got you, we got your data, then guess what? Class action lawsuits everywhere. Lawsuits everywhere. But obviously deep state won't let me get anywhere. But you won't know where it's coming from. There'll be laws. Next thing you know, there'll be lawsuits everywhere. Happens to massage envy. Right. Judges will think they're valid too. Legitimate. Worth millions each. Maybe billions on a class action. Maybe it'll be the first $1 trillion judgment. No, they ruled the appeal already. Like, in a sense, like, of course, it's bullshit. You're inauthentic. You're not really a pedophile hunter. You're not really a heroic military dude genius. Right. Same old bitches and bastards. Right. And suck Elon Schwanz for 2 days, and he does whatever they want. Right. You got somebody like John Luna's girlfriend to go over there and talk to him. She took care of him good, I guess. I never thought she was a slut until you tried to make her out to be the Virgin Mary. All these FBI agents coming around. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, they assumed that I knew everything. I mean, it came up later in Jonathan Luna hearings in Congress that she was a slut, throwing her sex around. Yeah, it's just a carbon copy of the rest of them. So I bring her up because I have knowledge of her. I have no clue. I have no clue she was a slut. I'll tell you the truth. No, that's who they are. Bunch of spies, a bunch of private sector spies, stealing all the money in the world. Like Freelon, like it's kind. I saw Larry's program. What guy's name? I'll call him Larry. Larry, the governor of South Dakota. So he's got a Narcan program, which I agreed to, but we can't settle for that. It actually disgusts me now. I was the big backer of the Narcan program before it started. It was just started. But we get to the point where we're just, band-aiding is saving lives. So what? They can buy more drug? So Elon's like that, bring narcotics. That's how he is, right? Bring narcotics in, they could use Narcan if they overdose. I mean, that's kind of the way these people are. Tough kitty if they overdose. Right? You gotta get these narco people out of the system. For all we know, X is tracking people at Google, and they know where to bring the narcotics in. Because they know where every cop is. Meanwhile, they're giving all the money to the immigrants and jihadists, telling us they're anti-jihadists. They are all pro-Sharia law. I will tell you that. Look what's going on in Iran. Everybody in power does whatever they want. Everybody else has to abide by this narcissistic rule. Worse than let them eat cake. Where did Popo go? I mean, the West. Yeah, Elon should have been gone long ago. Right? The threat to our nation. He's playing the president. I already see the move on X. Elon's not political. He's or he is. He's political to the point of being part of the party of Elon. Self-serving backstabber. If I change, let's just somebody paid him. It's Democrat on earth. Soros probably paid him. You think he's real, Soros? That's part of his cover story of being a conservative who runs the biggest porn enterprise on any social media in the world. Probably, it's probably world class. I'm not gonna say it's as big as the X-Hamster or anything like that, but it's a world class porn. Money. He's making money off the porn. He's a porn king. I'm not totally anti-porn because they destroy people's ability to have relationships. So a lot of times that's what people need to stay healthy in the mind. But again, Elon's no conservative. I don't make money off of porn. Most people out there don't make money off of porn. Why don't we talk about him making money off of porn? Tons of money. Texas meat. Start the lawsuits now. You'll be blessed for them. He's anti-Jewish. What he's doing, he's picking us off one by one. Right. I know it's an erroneous suspension. To start with, if your system is you don't explain what the problem is, I'm thinking this must be a hack because I don't see anything saying what I did. Right. I get one thing when you currently suspend it and send them inauthentic. That's a deep state hit. So Elon is deep state. Dissension in the ranks? What are you talking about? Elon is dissension. He's the one that's leading the MAGA people away from Trump. The Trump don't know because you don't know how to look at that. Now, there's other people that do it, but he's the biggest offender because he's acting like he's the president's buddy. In fact, if Elon could change the laws, do you know what Elon wants? He wants to be president. If he could change the laws, he would. The dangerous person. They hate there's proof that I'm the one that came up with tons of ideas in government. Including the Trump accounts. Okay, if the president does it, it gets the credit for it. But I'm the one that thought it up over 10 years ago. You'll be fucked for it. You know you can go to hell for that? No, you don't go to hell for that. You go to hell if you're not an LDS perfect person that we say is perfect. There's no standard. It's just you have to be like us. But you really don't have to be like us. We say you're like us. It's a big scam, every religion. Right. The in crowd, the out crowd, but at the level of criminality. I'm not going to become a Democrat, but I'm not a Republican. I help you, but I'm not a Republican. They're pretty filthy too. In fact, I told you years ago that the Senate always tries to take over the cabinet. What do you think just happened? The hostile takeover of the cabinet by the Senate. Now, I don't know, what's his name? Mullen. I don't know him. Seems like an okay guy, but he could be a corrupt piece of shit. Right. Next, there go to narcos. They got their paying off their favorite senator. Could be Thune. Thune could be a narco. You don't care. Your kids are sub him because they're on narcotics, and his kids. It's your fault that your kids are on narcotics. Not his because he's part of bringing it in. No, the Senate just wants to take over of the cabinet. Well, because Christie was busting the people that the Senate didn't want busted. Possibly quite a few narcos. Oh, you think it's actually because Christie and her husband are bad people? Now, look, I'm no real friend of Christie. I don't know her. I went against some of her policies against the native tribe at Pine Ridge. So, we're not like cookie cutter buddies. But I'll tell you, a bunch of corrupt pieces of shit that work for narcos and sex traffickers took her out, and Pritzker's one of them. And they did it with criminal methods and spies that are sitting there in CIA right now. It's no accident that narcotics went crazy when Brennan and the CIA began to rule. They broke into the Senate computers, broke into the House computers, and then blackmailed everybody, extorted everybody. He took over the Senate. Now they're all pieces of shit, I guess. All going to be narcos, making their money because it's not their fault. It's your fault because your kids are on narcotics. Yet they create the environment in the world where your kids will be on narcotics. They decide who's a Democrat, who's a Republican. They decide everything. Right. It's psyop. They put in the computer you're a Republican. And then everything around you turns Republican. You're like, oh, I'm a Republican. They say you're a Democrat. Then all the stuff on your computer and everything else turns around Democrat. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm a Democrat. They're doing it to Kent right now. Remember, I'm not a Republican. I haven't been part of the government in years. I was never political in the government. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm calling an independent. Told you that for years. Said I won't belong to one of those piece of shit bodies. Besides, you're narcos. You're sex traffickers. You just keep your lives clean, but you're dirty everybody else's. It's just to hide all my stuff, to say that they're the heroes and they're the geniuses. Spies couldn't spycraft their way out of anything. That's how Iran stood there that long. In fact, they were on the take, most likely. Going around killing U.S. citizens and U.S. government employees, saying they deserve to die while immigrants are coming here making millions, if not billions of dollars, being given to them for free. By the narco spies, the sex trafficking spies. If you don't have sex trafficking, then you don't have that extortion racket to work with. Of course, CIA is involved in sex trafficking. In the existence of it, at least. I'm sure somewhere along the way they took some money. And of course, if you're sex trafficking and I let you go and I have, say, 10 victims that I want to mess with, maybe own, maybe extort, maybe get cash from, Jack Kemp, I'll let that thing go until you go to it. I don't even isolate you. I won't let you date. That's what the CIA is. That's what the FBI is. Cash isn't running it. Brennan is. Guaranteed. Oh, he got some buddies in the FBI, right? They come on, hey, buddy, this is the truth, buddy. This is the truth, buddy. And he goes, oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Let's have a beer. Play some hockey. You've all been spycrafters. They're all over government. I told you, you fired the people. A lot. No, you fired some of the deep state. I believe that, but you fired people that were opposing the deep state. That's how it works. And they were put in certain assignments because when it would flip, right, they would take them out. Brennan's running the government. I'm telling you that right now. You might have 5 agents investigating him, but it'll never go anywhere. It'll go to an attorney. Attorney will go, no, not a good enough case. Every time. Guaranteed. That's why they told you to indict Comey. Try to indict Comey. Because they wanted to put Comey on notice. In fact, put them all on notice. The only way to get Comey was just to sit back and watch him. Tell me the FBI protected Comey. Why? Because you're all working for Brennan. I guarantee it. Remember, Iran talks about the decentralized command, CIA, all of them, FBI, all of them, in the deep state, decentralized command training. They know how to do that. Elon's part of it. He collects data on people and sells it to the criminals. Like I said, destroy X, rebuild it. And if you don't destroy X, you'll be cursed. If you destroy X, you get blessed. That's all I got to do. I don't do anything physical. I know your hope was for something physical. And you're trying to insinuate that it's going to be physical. So I'm totally out of control because the volume on my broadcast is a little louder today. That's the bullshit there is. Let me find out Butler County's part of it. Let me find out. Because that makes you a deep state Democrat. And that makes you the people that actually killed or tried to kill Trump. Oh, no, we're just a different type of conservative. You and your sex trafficking, Butler County. Yeah, heard about open secrets? That's what the sex trafficking is here. An open secret. What? How much you get paid for that, all of you? Who gets paid? The sheriff? Chief of police? State police? Who gets paid? All of you? For a close-in parking spot, but I can't find them. Actually, there's something over there. They don't have your Walmart doesn't have a veterans close-in parking spot as far as I can see. Kind of disrespectful when you got expectant mother parking spots. But yeah, this is the Walmart that said they didn't have my wallet and they ended up having my wallet the whole time. I'm guaranteed Brandon's running the government, not Trump. That's why I know. Again, yeah, they fired Bondi too. They know what they're doing. They put the Senate person's going to get in there. Whoever the Senate picks is going to get in there instead of Bondi. There's small. Here we go. Get ready to lay down ICE and DHS. You're going to watch the narcos speed by all day while you're going to be sent after the nobody who can't pay to bribe. Just like in Hawaii. No, essentially, I think it's on YouTube, but I don't think YouTube even has all of my broadcasts. Yeah. I really don't care to a big extent, but again, the whole entire thing being gone does bug me. No, Elon will be fucked. It'll happen somewhere. It'll happen either here or in hell. Elon's going to hell, man. It's not completely about me, but I can read what's happening to me and tell you what's going to happen to the person that's part of it. Because it's happening to other people and it's happened to others. In other words, God is looking for certain devils. Elon is one of those devils. But we can't say he's one of those devils until something happens. Not even the porn puts him in a devil status. They run a spycraft algorithm. It's not an investigation. It's an attempt to cause somebody to wear boobs and go to some chat room. It doesn't work any other way at all. Right. I don't know. He could have been. What's his name? Byron could have been on social media. I don't know if he's a social media person. If he was on social media, they could have led him to that. And it could have been Elon. Again, they were working on his mind. Again, inauthentic. That's working on my mind. They do the same. They did the same thing to Byron in whatever way they did it. You're a nobody. You're a piece of shit. We get to cuck you, but you tried to cuck me, and I cucked you with an F back. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.